And welcome to the grand finals of Low Ink July 2020. The big event that everyone's been waiting for. We have the West Broadway Grillers, a longtime team that has been getting a lot of third place appearances, fourth place, but has not yet gotten to the grand finals. This will be their first appearance. Up against Avalanche, a team that has come back from some tough situations. They deserve to be here just as much as anyone else.
In order for the Grillers to win this one, they're going to have to force a bracket reset, win a best of 7. So they're going to have to win 4 games against Avalanche. Of course, Clan Blitz has been the mode that has been working out so heavily into Avalanche's favor. But this first game here is going to be Rainmaker at Hotel. So what we're going to see is the momentum that the Grillers have had in the losers bracket, winning 5 straight games in dominating and comeback fashion. Can the Avalanche, who's been sitting and waiting for about an hour now, can they find a way to come out hot and match the enthusiasm that the Grillers are going to bring out in this first game?
We'll have to see what they're doing. It looks like Cookie is thinking about what exactly they want to bring. Not sure if they're going to bring Brush or if they're going to go T-Tech, K-Shot, something like that. But I'm pretty sure it's going to be aggressive. I would hope it is.
Yes, it is. It's going to have to be to match the aggression that Avalanche has been pulling out this entire tournament, going anchorless. And we see Cookie coming out with the NZAP, and no surprises coming out from Avalanche, even though it says Radiance and Grillers still on the screen.
That'll be updated momentarily.
And the H3, now if you're just now joining in, this vanilla H3 is something we've been seeing a lot out of Avalanche at this point. Switching between that, using the vanilla H3 whenever they use NZAP, opting not to go for double armor, but instead use point sensors and missiles here, as 2 players immediately go down for each side.
Looks like both sides are pretty evenly matched so far. Neither side picking up the Rainmaker, neither side making any major mistakes. We'll have to see what happens here, but it should be an interesting match if it's so close like this. That point sensor marking the CDS off in the corner, make it easier for Avalanche to see what's going on.
Yeah, neither team, even though we had a lot of fireworks in the beginning there, neither team opting to pick up the Rainmaker, as Avalanche is the first to do so 1 minute into the match as they try to take it along the right side. But a nice pick coming out there from the side of the Grillers to shut that push down before any damage is done. 1 player left alive for Avalanche, the Forge, as they use the bubbles there to kind of back the Grillers up. But they do have Stingray ready. Oh, but
nice trade. That patience paid off. That patient shot from the sniper, while it was a trade, it did do far more than just hitting that bubble.
You see Cookie getting into a 1v1 with a vanilla H3,
and he wins.
So that will give the lead to the Grillers, although there wasn't much of a lead to get. The real question is, can they get more out of this? And they will not, with the CDS dying immediately very close, and Cookie going down as well in the NZAP.
Looks like they're going to make pop, or not anymore. Actually, they almost had that pop. So this looks like it's going to go ahead and go back into the favor of Avalanche here, maybe?
They can probably play to pop it. You see Sam with the vanilla charger there, holding down Stingray, just keeping an eye on the Rainmaker as 2 players go down for Avalanche. Oh, and almost 3, but the H3 getting a huge pick on Cookie there, but lose the side of the Rainmaker. The
Rainmaker's going 50s.
So
54.
A sneaky play by Sam there, getting the Rainmaker behind everybody. And with Sam being the last player alive, that is a delayed wipe, but still damage done by the Grillers, as they are worth it. A lot of points there.
It was worth it. And now the Inkjet and the bubbles come out on the side of Avalanche as they... Nice pick there with the bubble, to seeing that flank. Another nice pick from Avalanche, and the lead is up to 30 and counting, and they get up to 18. A strong lead that the Grillers are going to have to overcome here if they want to take home the gold today.
That is a hard lead to overcome on this map, especially with the route they took, because in order to get the lead, they're going to have to run the Rainmaker up that uninkable slope there, unless they try to go backdoor on the deep right side. But regardless, in order for any of this to happen, the Grillers are going to need to start getting a lot more picks than what they have been getting. And that's not the case since 2 players immediately go down for them, including the Rainmaker going overboard.
Rainmaker, it was opted to be reset there, and Avalanche will get ready to push up left side. It looks like this push, the armor helped so far, but it doesn't appear to going to be doing much in the end. They do get 1 pick off of that jet and put a lot of pressure up. Custom having to back off from that absolute barrage, and they get 2 more as Avalanche gets ready to push with 48 seconds left.
Oh, and Sam, the last player alive, it kind of happened away from what we were spectating, able to get a nice pick on the Rainmaker there. It looked like Avalanche was in position to add to their already really huge lead for this map and mode. But regardless of if they get the KO here or not, putting the Rainmaker on the Griller side of the map, which is what they're doing. And okay, so yeah, they're not trying to add to their lead right here. They're just trying to stall and waste a little bit more time and get more map on the side of the Grillers here. Is they're just trying to get everybody out of their side of the base, but they're running out of time, Hohen.
Grillers go ahead and grab that Rainmaker, start their overtime push, their final chance they have until the Rainmaker hits to get enough points to win. And of course, they have the ever-present worry of that Rainmaker being splattered, weakening to end defeat. That Forge goes down. Nice pick there. Rainmaker under fire from that flank. And they do detect it and block it, but 30 seconds left on that Rainmaker. Custom staying alive, which is critical. Multiple people going for that Rainmaker. The Inkjet coming out on that Rainmaker, and they do get that pick. So Avalanche will take the first of 4 games they need to win the tournament.
So there you go. They stop the momentum of the Grillers right in their tracks and win the first game. And if you look at the KAs, you would assume this game wasn't even close at all. Very heavily favored in the kill department for the side of Avalanche there, as the Grillers going to have to go back to the chalkboard to figure out a way to chalk off some more kills, especially with Clan Blitz games coming up down the pipe. But for now, we're going to be going to tower control at Muscle Forge Fitness.
Yes, tower control on Muscle Forge. Not sure how people feel about that map.
Well, for the mode in general,
at least.
We've been seeing, for the games we've seen so far on stream, the slower mode of tower control has been a bit of the Achilles heel for Avalanche up to this point, whereas the Grillers have been very, very dominant on the tower control games we've seen. So the Grillers have a good opportunity to even up this series here with this map and mode, and they're going to need to do that with the Clan Blitz game coming right around the corner, which is Avalanche has been absolutely crushing it on so far in this tournament.
Absolutely. One moment.
So we're just waiting for the players to ready up here. Avalanche hasn't been changing up their comp too much. It's just a matter of if they're going to use the Kensa 52 and the H3D, or the NZAP and the vanilla H3. As far as the Grillers, though, a little bit more versatility, but they are sticking with the E-Leader this time around, as well as the keeping Cookie on NZAP and Jim on the K-Pro. But nothing really, I don't think any weapon change at all for the side of Avalanche here from the last game.
Pretty safe picks overall. Looks like we'll see how effective that E leader is. It can be, but it depends on if it gets rushed down a lot or not. West Broadway Grillers trying to start a push here, not really getting much done so far. And they're gonna go ahead and have Avalanche start to take mid here.
Yes, 2 players going down for the side of the Grillers as you see the H3 hopping onto the tower. Approaching this first checkpoint, which can be difficult to get past, but they do have the bubbles in front of them and the player advantage. So this first checkpoint should fall pretty quickly for Avalanche here, as it does, with 2 players left alive on each side.
2v2, it's fairly even. But we'll have to see what happens.
Armor getting popped here for the side of Avalanche, and armor coming back out as well for the Grillers as both teams trying to get control of mid here. 2 players going down for the side of Avalanche. The Grillers might be in position to get their first push going here and try to get past this first checkpoint as well, but they're going to need the players to push up, and these missiles are kind of keeping them from doing just that as Sam goes down.
Custom hits a pair of picks here, taking down the Grillers.
Cookie, the last one alive with N-Zap. Oh, and Cookie does go down, so that's a bit of a delayed wipe. And Avalanche here is going to try to get past the second checkpoint, but an unfortunate splat bomb getting caught in their own ink. So the Grillers now in control of this momentum with all their players left alive, and no real specials ready to be coming out from Avalanche to stop this first checkpoint.
And Grillers are going to probably take this first checkpoint if Custom doesn't have anything to say about it.
Yes, they take it and get the lead, and they're going to get past the second checkpoint, and now momentum, everybody for the Grillers in front of the tower and keeping the fight away from it.
That is the position they need to be in.
Yes.
One off to the side. The missiles do take Sam down, and that gives Avalanche a chance to get back in as they have a slight man advantage. Still 31, not a bad push.
And as we just crossed the halfway point, really tower control comes down to who has more checkpoints left to go than the other one. So Grillers with a full checkpoint lead is really nice to have, especially on a map like this where that second checkpoint stuck in the trench can be difficult to get across when a lot of players are left alive. But a nice cancel there.
Bomb is not happening. Nice snipe, but it did end up being a trade on the E-leader.
Bodies being traded left and right by both teams, and if you're the Grillers, you're going to be fine with that, considering you have the lead that you do. But we do see some specials coming out here for the side of Avalanche. Bubbles combined with the Inkjet as they see, let's see if they can try to get a pick with either one of them, and it doesn't look like they will. In fact, we'll only lose their Inkjet and players on their side.
Goes.
So the Grillers
Down here as the Grillers get ready to push.
and the Grillers taking all of those specials, surviving, and flipping the script back onto Avalanche is now another push coming out for the Grillers.
And it looks like the Grillers are just going to go ahead and hold here for a minute. They do get that key pick.
With about a minute left to go here, Cookie loses a 1v1 on the locker side, but it's the Grillers that are pushing the tower deep into, well, not deep, but they're pushing it onto the Avalanche side of the map as they try to get, force Sam back out of position with the E-leader here. It is kind of worth noting they do have a Booyah Bomb from the K-Pro that could end this game when time gets a little bit closer. But they don't really have too many other specials that can help them hold this tower, the Grillers that is, and especially now that the K-Pro's gone down. Rain is going to come out across, but I don't think that Rain might be enough to force him off tower. It looks like it is.
Rain is going to force that tower backwards and stop that checkpoint, which is huge. We've got one lurking, and they do get picked immediately, and it looks like this is going to be game for the Grillers, and it is.
You see the Booyahs coming out, the Grillers able to hold on with the rain to to get the last couple of picks they needed there. So the Grillers flip the script and tie this grand finals back at 1 apiece, which is exactly what they needed to do as we're heading into the Clam Blitz game. And the KA's much better for the Grillers that time around, and much more even overall in the slower game mode.
Absolutely. Alright, we're going to head on to Game 3, which is going to be Clam Blitz on Arowana Mall. So this gives Avalanche a chance to show off those Clam Blitz skills they have. We saw our last match, our team, I apologize, cannot remember the name.
Radiance.
Radiance. I have too many R teams to remember.
What's throwing you off is Custom with the R. I believe Custom is on a new team called Riot, a newerish team.
I actually keep thinking it's Revitalize.
Revitalize, yeah. Oh, I forgot. We haven't seen them so far. Regardless, yes, we've seen Avalanche perform very well in Clam Blitz.
Radiance was not bad at Clam Blitz in that last game. The Grillers came out with that overtime win. You can't say that Revitalize was bad in that game.
But if you go back to the Kelpdome Clam Blitz game where Cookie got the 23 KA, the Grillers have been on a big Clam Blitz momentum as well. So this could be possibly the best mode for both of these teams coming into this critical Game 3 here with the games tied at 1-1.
Absolutely. So we'll see what happens here in about 10 seconds when we get started with Game 3 of the Grand Finals of Low Inc. July 2020.
We did stream the Grillers on this map in mode earlier. We saw Sam coming out with the C-Jet trying to be a race spam, and we've seen Sam use C-Jets for Clam Blitz in general for a lot of these Clam Blitz games. And there it is right there. Cookie coming out, sticking with the N-Zap, and you see Jim coming with the K-Shot instead of the K-Pro on the side of Avalanche. No surprises there. The Kinsa 52 and the H3 that gives armor instead of missiles. And a quick 10-second ray coming out from
Sam. Literally goes straight out. Fast ray there. I'm curious to see what that K52 will do, actually. I remember them mentioning in Twitch chat that they were excited to play that, so I'm curious what they'll do with that. Let's see what Jack's doing here.
Yeah, we've seen Jax use it a lot, especially whenever they want to do the H3 with armor, so that they keep that armor going there. But they do throw the Booyah, the bubbles are coming out along with Inkjet, so a lot of specials coming out and a lot of clams. And you see Avalanche starting to do and show why we're so excited to see them in Clam.
And they get the wipe with the basket open. That is going to be absolutely massive. And they're down to 59. With another one in to 53, 50. They just keep scoring. They got 10. Where are they coming from? Looks like they're not coming in, so that'll be the end of the push, but half is not bad at all.
It's a good push to have, and if you're the Grillers, you're lucky that it was only 50. It looked like it could have been a lot worse than that, especially when that wipe happened while the basket was still open. But a minute 30 gone down, and more Grillers are going down. You see Cookie with the N-Zap taking a fall. You see the Forge Pro here going down. Oh, going down in the alley.
Picks there, and Gem does go down with that bomb placed by Custom, and the West Broadway Grillers will still control that alleyway and regardless and force Custom out. West Broadway Grillers looks like they're getting ready to push on back in.
Yes, Grillers now have the man advantage and the specials, but not the clams to work with. They do have the pity clam back at their base, but they're going to wait and save it for when the basket is already open. As you see bubbles starting to come in, and now they do pick up the pity clam, and the jump is coming in as Jim could get a pick here. Does get the trade, and the basket is open, and a few clams do go in as they try to find a way. Ninja
Ninja's gonna get the clams in and hold the basket open. He gets multiple of them bouncing off of that block there. Not
they're
scoring
just
2
a
points, but
few
they
from
need,
getting lead.
they need 2 points. They need 1 point. They get
There
the
it goes.
lead in this push at 47.
And it's not over. You
They
see
keep getting
Sam.
picks 30s, 20s. This
Sam
could
jumping
be
in
a
with
knockout.
four
This
clams.
could be a knockout.
Yes, Cookie finding a way. They just keep finding a way.
They
to slip
just
in
keep
one
finding ways.
person
They
at a
find
time.
they're finding the holes. They're coming off from alley now. That's going to be held though this time, and it's going to stop at 20. An 80-point push, which definitely is one of the best pushes you can do.
The Grillers have done the impossible, have put Avalanche on their heels in a Clam Blitz game, getting 80 points in one push. And now
And
with
yet
a-
Avalanche just took down 3, so they have a chance to move here, but it looks like they waited too long or weren't ready, so they opted not to move one way or the other.
Oh, and Jim getting a key pick there. The Avalanche has so many clams. It's just on the edge of the Booyah Bomb. But you see Sam coming out and getting a nice
Sam
pick
with
with
the
the Stingray
Stingray.
here. And Stingray across those 2 power clams, but one player left alive for Avalanche, hauling both of those power clams back to base so that they can keep them going as we reach about 1 minute left to go here. And what is
Sam
an
gets
exciting
chased
match.
down there and gets splatted as they move into base. Looks like Avalanche is going to try to come back from this with under a minute left. They need a lot of points.
Custom
It's like 50
surviving,
points.
getting sandwiched in between a couple of Booyah Bombs. Does get the trade with Jim, but that trade does work out more into the Grillers' favor since that Power Clam fell into the water with that trade there. And you see Cookie in position with Ink Armor ready to go, trying to paint up mid and hold it for a little bit, but runs into a suction bomb and goes down. So the advantage now on the side of Avalanche, but they don't have a lot of clams to work with about 20 seconds left to go, Hohen.
They absolutely have to get these clams going now. They get a key pick there, and it looks like they're going to form a power here. 9 clam. They need 1 in 10 seconds, and they're going to get it, and this will start overtime. That power clam in the middle. Gem fighting there. The Stingray comes out, and he's going to take 2. Hitzel going around the back. Or Hizzle. Not Hitzel.
Yeah.
I'm glad Hitzel's not playing.
But they were the last one alive. In that win, the Grillers have done the impossible. They have found a way to beat Avalanche at their own game and are now up 2-1. Momentum shifting back into the Grillers' side. Their VC has got to be feeling pretty hype after that one.
They should feel hype. They can make use of that hype. They're gonna need that hype. Because if they want to win this tournament, they need 6 wins, and they need 2 of those without losing 3 times. Because they have to win this best of 7 first. And we're gonna head on over to our 4th game of at least 5 games. This game is not going to determine if we do a bracket reset or not. It is going to be on Splat Zone's Macomart, one of the more popular maps available today.
Yes, and this was the time where we saw Avalanche break away from from what they have been known to be using so far, and they've been using Blaster for this map and mode in particular. And the last time we saw them use it was against Octo Inkers back in round 1, which was, gosh, it feels like forever ago now, but so we might see some adjustments coming from them. But as far as the Grillers go, it really just comes down to what Cookie is kind of thinking here. Since Cookie has used a wide variety of things, but the NZAP has been working out for them so far in this set.
We'll see what happens. It's Splat Zone, so you can definitely use that. I would expect to see some rain or a Booyah Bomb, something like that as well. It looks like they are going to go ahead and go with that NZAP along rain. In fact, is that double rain? I don't remember.
It is. with the E-liter in CDS. And this is the first time we've seen there is an adjustment here for Avalanche. They're still using the vanilla H3 even though they don't have the NZAP instead with the 52. So this is the first time they've gone armorless, at least from we've seen in this tournament
that
here.
Might cost them, it might not. Like, I totally get the meta is powerful, but it's not always the decider. As long as they can handle that armor appropriately from the other team.
The Grillers coming out early and getting control of zone and a couple of picks here. Hello, the H3, if they can find a way to get a pick, but the H3 does get sniffed out, and no players going down for the Grillers, so this
Grillers
looks
are
like
just going to be
the
dominating so far. With 47 seconds and counting, and that Booyah Bomb was not canceled successfully, but they do survive the Booyah Bomb, which that's fine too.
Yes, the Grillers just not dying right now and getting all of the picks that they need.
They're ready for the reset.
A nice pick by the E-liter by Sam. This looks like to be a quick
This
KO
is
here.
going to be a quick KO. We're going to go into match point. If this holds, is it going to hold? It held, and the West Broadway Grillers are one win away from forcing a bracket reset. Holy, oh man! Last month we were watching, and it was so close to a comeback. What the team in the winners bracket, Trick or Treat, up 3-0, and they almost got bracket resetted. It was so amazing. We may see something here as well. So, the excitement is not over yet.
Yes, but we are going back to another Clam Blitz game immediately. Clam Blitz at Black Belly. So if there is a map and mode that you can use if you're Avalanche to try to reclaim some momentum, this would be it for them. And the Grillers had to basically throw everything at Avalanche to win in the last Clam Blitz game. But yeah, there's a momentum is heavily on the side of Grillers right now as they're one win away from forcing a bracket reset here, which will extend the tournament for the first time ever in Alpha, a bracket reset, if possible. And Avalanche ready to quickly.
Cookie deciding on that weapon, that key. What is Cookie gonna play here? Is it gonna be NZAP again? It's been working, but possibly Avalanche will come back with something to counter that. Though on Avalanche's front, I feel like they're going to bring armor. Or maybe they're bringing tent and bamboo.
It was really interesting that they decided not to use armor in that last game. We've seen them drop NZAP for that 52 gal, but whenever they did that, they always used the H3D. That time, they decided to stick with the vanilla one, which you almost never see. And that decision might come back to haunt them if they don't decide to go back to armor here.
Well, we're about to find out what exactly they're going to be playing here. Clam Blitz on Black Belly. It looks like they're not going with NZAP, and they are going with armor on the side of Avalanche. It's not Cookie running. Is it? No, it is Cookie running NZAP. My bad.
So yeah, not much change for the side of the Grillers, except for Sam using a Splatling as opposed to a Charger.
That's Broadway Grillers takes the first death, and that's going to give Avalanche a chance to move up here in this their best mode, possibly the Grillers' best mode too.
A lot of clams going off here on the side of Avalanche. I don't think they have a power clam. They do just pick one right there as Custom gets a power clam. So now it just comes down to, can they get the picks they need? And getting a pick on Cookie there with the vanilla H3.
That'll be critical.
Is huge. And now with this Inkjet coming out, needing to get at least one more pick, but instead the Inkjet gets canceled, but provides enough of distraction for Avalanche to come in and get some points on the board and possibly get below 70 here.
They get West Broadway Grillers gets quite a number of picks here, and with while we're at 71 here, it's not too much of a push, so it's not really anything devastating for the West Broadway Grillers as they move forward into Avalanche's base here in Game 5. And that's going to be the score, and a quick lead down to 50 points already. Booyah Bomb comes out to attempt to extend this, and they're slowly adding clams. 3, 4, 38 as they run in the back along with Griller, who just went down. 38 points. What a push. That is quite a push.
That is only the second push we've seen out of the Grillers in this set on both Clam Blitz maps combined, but each time they are getting huge chunks of points out of their pushes, whereas Avalanche has just been kind of doing a death by paper cut style, getting a little points at each time. As we now reach the halfway point, but 2 players going down for the Grillers quickly, and a lot of clams being thrown in here. So a score coming out here.
Score there. 50s and counting. This is a big push. It's tied. It's tied, and they get the lead. 32 and counting. Custom coming in and getting splatted, but they do get. This could be the knockout.
With all those clams. Oh, but the pick coming in there. Oh, Cookie
with the clutch pick.
Huge.
But do they have enough to guard that basket? They do. They hold it off. So West Broadway Grillers, they have some work to do, but thanks to their previous push, it's not as devastating as you might think. Grillers are going to need a solid 40-point push, though.
Yeah, Cookie getting a nice pick there. They'll help open the opportunity for the Grillers to get a move.
And there's a couple picks.
They do have a lot of penalty points to get through, but the rain helping out as a CDS player here, getting a lot of momentum, pushing the Grillers all the way to the base, going down. Can Avalanche
of those points
defend this? But there's so many specials coming out from
the penalty is expired. 31, and they get wiped at 31.
That's a nice defense by Avalanche. It looked like all was going to be lost right there, but they are able to hold on. But however, the Grillers just have to pop the basket, and they'll immediately be at 30 points. Their penalty points will be gone with just 1 pop, and we still got a minute 15. Whoa!
And okay.
The host it's a host DC, isn't it?
We just get a host disconnect. That is very unfortunate. Technical difficulties. Please stand by.
Now, is the game still going and we just can't see it, or no? The game should just be over.
We will confirm that real quick while I pull up the rules on a host disconnect real quick, and it's a little bit different since this is on stream, obviously. If the host disconnects from the game, meaning all players have disconnected, it will follow the following rules. The match is under 2 minutes left, or one team is 30 units or closer to a knockout. The match will be given to the team that was not hosting. Well, that doesn't apply here because we have a stream of hosting. So, in that case, since we can't really award it to one team or another, I'm going to make the judgment call of the match must be replayed, because it doesn't seem fair to call it either way, considering how close it's been. I will double check that real quick. And I do have confirmation from Kraken Mayer, one of the head tournament organizers, that we will redo this game. Yeah. I'm being informed the entire staff team has seen and agrees to that as well, so we will be doing just that.
Yes, it was a host DC, and the host is the streamer, so it's not a penalty on either team. You can't penalize either team for something that wasn't their fault. So a little bit of controversy going on here in this in an already close.
I'm quite disappointed that game had to stop. I wanted to see what happened.
Well, you're just going to see more of it now.
I hope it's as good as the last one.
The players will have to use the same weapons.
At the person saying it was under 2 minutes and we pushed to 20 and that kind of comment, the rules state that the team that was not hosting would win. The problem is our production staff is hosting, not the Broadway Grillers or Avalanche. So we can't really award it to either team. So we're going to just make the call to redo it as a result. This is an unprecedented situation, as we never really have had a host DC when streaming before, at least not in recent memory. So sorry about that. It can sometimes happen. You just never know. So we're going to go ahead and redo this. Again, apologies to anyone who's bothered by that, and to the teams as well, because we don't want to do that. But yeah.
And we're just waiting on one more player to join the lobby, I believe from... it's actually a player from Avalanche that we're still waiting on.
We'll give him time. It was a problem with the stream setup. And here we are.
Oh, excuse me. All right. So, it is King who needs to be on Alpha. Yeah. Yes. So everybody's back in the lobby. Everybody's readying up. We're using the
You must use the same weapons and gear, of course, and everyone immediately does that. So we are all set to go with the same weapons and gear to go straight into this match.
And once again, the Grillers are currently up 3-1, and we are returning once again in Game 5 to Clan Blitz at Blackbelly Skate Park. And no weapons changed from either team, as they shouldn't be, so we are starting off fresh and doing it once again.
Back to 100 for, depending on your perspective, that may be good or bad. And as
quickly going down for the Grillers there. So Avalanche taking some frustration out on the Grillers, as they should be. But will they be able to get any points out of that? Wow, that was a quick start for them.
they're just going to unfortunately lose that power clam quickly here. Actually, they're going to recover it. Or attempt to. They're working hard to recover it, but not making any major progress. They do have a new one, however. Not the end of the world.
Grillers now in position with the specials they need. They do have control of mid. Can they find a way to get a push going here? And they do have a lot of specials to work with. However, you do see the Inkjet coming out from custom, halting down this push, and the jump out doesn't come in time. So Avalanche will get control of map now, and they'll have an opportunity to get a push going here.
Alright, and Avalanche is going to get ready to do a push here, sending out that 10 of missiles in preparation, immediately dragging attention to himself, and falling back as a result. Not much happening on that front, unfortunately.
This is two players going down for Avalanche, so now the Grillers have control of mid. At this point, in the first 2 minutes of the game, teams are just kind of trading back and forth control of mid, but you see Sam here thinking that they can just sneak in through the pipe. But
it doesn't usually work, unfortunately, when you have a power.
Avalanche sniffing it out quickly, and you see the point sensors raining down. But while they're focusing on the pipe, the Grillers pushing all the way through mid and are able to get a lot of points in here. Already
That's a double
one.
They've effectively duplicated their previous success, just minus 1 point. So far the game's started pretty similarly point-wise. And it looks like Avalanche is going to get ready to make some moves here. Except this time the Grillers are up and ready and not wiped.
Yes, as we just now crossed the halfway point, you see Avalanche is going to have to find a way to get some picks, and they do get a couple there with a power clam form. So is this Avalanche's chance to get a push off as they fired missiles to just kind of slow down, and Bubbles coming in, so a lot of chaos happening at the Griller's basket, but Jim able to survive it all and get a nice pick on Jax there, and maybe 2, maybe 3.
The Inkjet is out, the Inkjet is down, and that is a white.
What a play there by Jim to avoid all of that chaos and to get a triple plus an assist. So Avalanche there with an excellent opportunity just gets denied by Jim, the leading captain on this team right now for the Grillers, as 2 players go down for each side here. The Grillers trying to hold on control of mid, and they have a lot of clams to work with if they want to get a push going as well.
Like the Grillers are going to go ahead and try to do just that, get that push going, and they have a couple power clams at the ready, but they are being flanked, and that did take out 2, 3 down, and
yes.
We have our heavy, West Broadway Grillers have their heavy sitting in the base, ready to try to stop any pushes while their team respawn.
Yes, but the remix can't guard both ways. There's a lot of clams, and a pick goes down. Jim falling to one of Custom's splat bombs. Custom's trying to get another pick there. Isn't able to do so, but a lot of clams. Oh, and falls for the suction bomb. But still a lot of clams in the basket. Will get popped. The Avalanche
60,
has a couple
50.
They do get wiped with 45 seconds left to go. The Grillers will be able to get control of mid here, and with 40 seconds left and a lot of specials, they have an opportunity to hold on here. But the Grillers, as Avalanche, doesn't have to do a whole heck of a lot. Actually, they just need to pop it and then throw in 1 clam, and they will take the lead here.
And it definitely is a very close game here. It's looks like, and there is the pop from West Broadway Grillers. Didn't even see the clam going in, and that's down to 20-19. And they're going to fall back here with 15 seconds left in the game. Not a bad choice at all as they get ready to defend against the pity clam that should now be coming out, plus anything else that Avalanche may have ready.
So we're going into overtime. Yes, they're going to need a lot of clams. Now, just popping it will get rid of the penalty.
Avalanche can do it.
They're going to
Avalanche can do it.
They have shown the ability to make big pushes before. As you see someone awkwardly getting stuck in their own ink there. I don't know what that was, but Custom going to need to get a lot of picks, but gets denied by Jim, who's been making hero play after hero play for the
And that is
so
the
far.
bracket reset. West Broadway Grillers have forced a bracket reset as we head off back to game 1.
The momentum from the Grillers, just too much for Avalanche to overcome in that first time. So now the Avalanche is stuck in a kind of a difficult spot here. Going into a bracket reset as the winning team, you have a lot more advantage going into that versus the Avalanche, who's going to be going in and saying, man, now we got to play this all over again. So we'll see how this works out, but we're starting all over, and I believe these are different maps? Yes.
Yes, they will be a different set of maps. We're not just playing the same thing over again. It will be its own unique set of maps for this bracket reset.
And we're going to be starting off with Rainmaker at Arowana Mall. I don't think we've seen these two teams play this. No, wait. We did see... we have seen this map earlier in the set. Or earlier in the tournament, but not in the set. They played Clam Blitz here before the bracket reset, as we see Avalanche readying up really quickly here. We have seen Stingray be used by Avalanche before. They used the vanilla sloshing machine back when they played Bunnies on Rainmaker Kelp. But with how quickly they readied up here, I'm assuming they're going to stay without the Stingray.
Might not be the greatest decision.
Well, it didn't hurt them. The one game they did win last set was the Rainmaker, and they didn't use Stingray then, too.
That's
well.
true, that's true. Well, regardless, weapons are locked, so here we go with Game 1 of the Grand Finals bracket reset. Cookie sticking with that end zap, and there is a Stingray. Yes, there is a stingray.
There is
on both sides.
I love this. I love this that Avalanche is changing things up. We haven't seen this from them this in at least all day long. But now they're coming out with a squeezer and a C-jet. So
things weren't working. They're gonna try something new.
Exactly. They're coming out with something completely different, and we'll see if it works out for them.
Well, one down on both sides. Avalanche taking a couple down. As Gem rushes the Rainmaker early and does get a nice pick there as a result, though. And looks like they're going to try to pop that and force Custom back into the corner as they get ready to push. Custom coming out with the Inkjet. And Cookie going to get ready to go down alley as a result. Too much action going on in that one area.
Cookie spamming this way. I actually believe Cookie doesn't talk in VC with the Grillers. It just listens, so that's probably why we've been seeing Cookie do a lot of this way and booyahing. So that's kind of their way of VCing.
That's really interesting, actually, with how critical communication is for them to be able to pull that off. That's really good.
And 2 players going down for the side of the Grillers.
Ooh, make it three.
The person who's usuly been using H3 is now coming out with the squeezer.
Oh, nice pick there with that bomb.
This should be lead for the for Avalanche as with the Stingray. But we saw the Splat Charger getting a key pick there from the bridge, but Custom immediately punishing the Charger for doing so. And this push should continue for Avalanche as they do have the man advantage here. If they can find a way to pick it up, and they do, and they are going to
get lost
there. Get a whole lot more than just that.
Whoa, that Rainmaker just slipped right past down to the 26 as Avalanche has a demanding lead as Gem gets ready to try to block that push. And it gets down to 18 right on that ledge there. A tricky little hump to get over if you want to get to the goal.
Now, there's 3 minutes left. There's still a lot of time here, but that's still a score that you can win with very easily on this map. It's so hard to get across those little gates of hell over there, and they found a way to do that. So that's going to be very difficult for the Grillers to overcome that kind of lead. The
Stingray comes out though, and they're going to try to force it here. The counter Stingray out too as both sides fight. And it looks like, I'm not sure, did either team win that? Yeah, whatever. Avalanche go down 3 regardless. And as the rest Broadway Grillers rush down there, they get bubbled going down 3 themselves, only making it to the 57.
Custom coming in with a huge stop there. It looked like the Grillers had an opportunity to take lead there. They had a lot of momentum and players alive, but Custom coming in and getting a nice pick there. The Rainmaker stopped behind us. I don't know if it got popped or not. It did, so it did eventually get reset. It's always scary on stream when you can't see where the Rainmaker actually is, because we've seen a lot of people sneak behind and pick it up and run with it. But
yeah, the worst is the game's going and then, the game's over. What happened? As a commentator, that's terrible. And as a player,
I'm going to have to find a way to make another hero play. Does stall things down a little bit here.
29 and gets picked. Gem gets picked at 29 as there's only one Griller up. So they're going to have to fall back here with 1:16 left. That stealth jump there as people go ahead and reset, and Cookie gonna go ahead and dance around this corner along with Hizzle.
1 minute left to go here. The Rainmaker's about to reset and go to mid, but Avalanche is having a very difficult time of keeping the Rainmaker out of their side of the map. They're playing a very defensive mindset right now, and you can't blame them given how big of their lead that they have. But with the Grillers finding ways to get all these picks here, but you do see Cookie going down, and that's kind of critical. Grillers are going to need Cookie to get a lot of picks here if they can find a way to win this one. 30 seconds left to go. And Avalanche does have that Stingray at their disposal.
Ooh, they're gonna 26, and that goes down 2. That's a play for Avalanche.
And with 2 players left alive, another bubble pop. That's such a huge play, holding the third bubble after
12 seconds left, and it looks like Avalanche is going to take this first game of the reset, starting off strong. They get another pick on the Grillers, who are rushing up 2 picks on the Griller, and he goes down, but it does not matter. Avalanche takes this first game of the Grand Finals bracket reset.
I love the fact that they switched up what they've been doing the entire tournament. They went into the grand finals and lost 1-4, and an amount of loss that they have not seen this entire tournament between both days. And they pull out something we haven't seen yet: the Squeezer with 18 KA when they had been using H3 the entire day. Are you kidding me?
This is great. This is great. These are the kind of games we want to see.
And now we're heading back to Clam Blitz at Black Belly.
Yes. This month has been the month of many maps that people dislike, and that's I'm fine with it, honestly, personally. It challenges you to try all these maps you don't normally play on. And that's not to say we're not going to try to improve things, so don't worry if you think that's what I'm implying.
I'm laughing because these two teams just played so many close games on this one. So the fact that they have to go back to it immediately, oh gosh, I hope there's no PTSD for either team going into this. They already...
Real quick, we just have an announcement. The beta bracket has entered bracket reset as well. This is insane.
Welcome to Sunday at Low Ink.
Welcome to insane finals. We're here in Alpha, Game 2. Grillers, Avalanche.
And
here
the change has come again. Avalanche sticking with the Squeezer and the Sea-Jet. So they're doing an anchor for the first time that we've seen them do on Clam Blitz. Let's see if this works out for them. And again, you can't blame them. They lost on this map and mode. Why not try to change it up, especially when it worked last game?
Absolutely. I completely agree with you. The Avalanche seems to be doing a lot better with these changes, and that's something you have to be able to do as a team. If you can adjust to a situation and quickly, even in match, then you'll do so much better, because you'll be able to just completely turn games around, completely turn sets around. That's why we have a lot of games in Grand Finals.
And we see Jim sneaking through the back door here, and a jump coming into them. I don't think Avalanche is aware of this, but Avalanche is going to try to score. Who's going to score first? It's going to be the Grillers. So now the
Grillers with this massive bomb, and yet they only got the power clam in. Where's their supporting clams? There they are now. And that win's going to go to them, and they're going to put a couple clams in and go down. So that's a wipe on the side of the Grillers, but down to 53. Not a bad push at all.
That was the beauty of that pushes is that Avalanche was about to score themselves. So it was a race to the basket, and the Grillers got there first. So they're happy that they topped the basket just to stall things, but they got a lot of clams on top of it as well. But now we see Avalanche trying to bowl their way
getting
down.
A tear down, and they're going to start heading down pipe here in an attempt to get a score. Jack and not Dixon, Hizzle are going to attempt to move down the pipe. And the Stingray goes right into the splat bomb.
And 2 players left alive for each team, as Custom trying to keep control of mid here, fighting against Cookie on the tower, and does go down with the help of the CDS as we get about 3 minutes left to go here. Planet economy pretty even for both teams at this point. However, the current map control is in the favor of the Grillers, especially since they got that nice pick there by Cookie, who immediately
goes
gone down.
2 now, though. This could be the start of something. Not too sure, but it could be. Jack gonna move down that pipe, rush down, and
they did it again! They did it again! The Grillers playing defense by using offense, stalling pushes by scoring first. At that time, we didn't even see what happened. And they didn't pick up the Mercy Clam in time, so they won't get a second one. So the Grillers, they don't add to their lead, but still do damage regardless. Can Avalanche find a way? But with their Squeezer dying, it's going to be difficult for them to get any kind of push going off here. even if but the Inkjet does get
a nice pick there. They're going to try to get one on that Splatling, and they do not get the Splatling pick and get taken down as they land instead, which is always the curse of the Inkjet. Tandem missiles going out as Gem gets ready to push into Avalanche's base for the next attack by the Grillers.
Yeah, about a minute 40 left to go. One Booyah Bomb is ready to go for the Grillers that can help kind of separate Avalanche a little bit, but one player going down for each side as the Grillers once again looking to be offensive here as Sam's trying to find a way to get in, and a lot of clams on the side.
Gonna rush, and he does get that score last second, breaking the penalty completely, but there's only CDS up for West Broadway Grillers, so that's gonna end that push.
Yeah, so a small add to the lead for the Grillers, but it cost them a lot of lives. So Avalanche here is now able to take control of mid, and as you can see, a lot of actions going on trying to control that tower as both teams throwing bombs at it. But with 1 minute left to go here, Armor coming out, Inkjet is ready, Stingray coming out, CDS for the Grillers, and Cookie going down. 3 players going down. This is Avalanche's opportunity to make their first push of the game.
And they do get that first score, take down more. Is Custom going to get this next pick? Unsure, but it doesn't matter so far. Look at those points fly in. 50s. 47.
Just one more clam, and can the Inzap find a way? They're jumping in with a power clam! They don't get it off! They don't get it off! They came in at such a... The bomb actually got them.
Brewers hold the lead! 1 point! Now with the penalty, but at the time, 1 point!
What a push by Avalanche, and what a bomb by the Grillers going off at just the right time to stop. That would have been the game for Avalanche right there.
7 seconds and counting. Avalanche does have a power clam, so we will be going to overtime here.
And Jax gets a huge trade. They need to pop the basket here, and they do have the clams to do it, but they're running out of time. Overtime only lasts for about 15 seconds. Bubbles coming in. The squeezer does get the pop off.
47. Avalanche takes the lead and gets the 2-0 lead in this bracket reset.
Avalanche flipping the script, stealing all of the momentum by switching their comp up. And once again, we see the person who is not Hitzel popping off with the squeezer here, giving Avalanche 2-0. And the Grillers, for the first time in a long time, are now in a hole with 2 games left to go until Avalanche is crowned the champion. But we will now move to Muscle Forge Fitness at Tower Control. This is the game the Grillers won in the last set. But Avalanche already stole one on a map and mode that the Grillers won in the previous set. So now it comes down to, we've seen Avalanche go into their bag of tricks and pull out different comps, and it's working well for them.
I wonder if the Grillers
are going to respond. Exactly.
Well, Grillers could pull that out as well. Honestly, if the Grillers get a couple games, that would be great too, because I'd like to see more than 2 more of these games, honestly. These are great games. I'd love to see a Game 7. Game 7 bracket reset grand finals. How does that sound?
I gotta mow my yard at some point, so as long as this ends eventually, I'm fine.
Yeah, it's gonna end eventually. I guarantee it, Pop. It'd be dumb to design it any other way.
So Avalanche is rated up as quickly as we're kind of accustomed to them to do at this point. They don't waste time in this ready up screen. So I think it's safe to say we're going to keep seeing that squeezer. Is that Amir, formerly of Boreal Phoenix? That would make sense why they're using. Oh, that makes sense to me. The former player, the person we keep calling Hitzel, I believe is actually Amir, who used to be a really good. That would explain the squeezer right there. Yeah, they used almost nothing but squeezer that I could recall back when they played for BP. But they're sticking with that same comp that they were using before. And Grillers, no real change from Grillers. It's the same comp they used last time they did this map.
They're going to take tower first as Custom tries to peek over this edge, getting ready to move, waiting for his time. And he's going to go and dive down by tower instead. That's fair.
Custom trying to get
Grillers
control of that
clearing the
trench.
checkpoint. Takes the first checkpoint.
If we could get that cloud out of the way instead of blocking our view. But yeah, Griller's going to be approaching the second checkpoint here. There is Jax trying to sharken around, but doesn't come out before the checkpoint goes down. And there is a trade, but the tower is still riding. Stingray does eliminate them, but
The tower is going to keep going. Cookie's on the tower, and he goes down. Broadway Grillers to the 34, clearing 2 checkpoints in the first minute.
Yes, this is looking very similar to how the last game went on this map and mode.
That tower's rushing back to middle, though, and will soon start taking points off of Avalanche's count as they begin their push into West Broadway Griller territory.
Yes, you see Custom here trying to get control of the area that they need to control to get past this first checkpoint. And it looks like they're halfway through it, but with Stingray coming out for support for Avalanche. But Jackson has to hop off tower
to take that first checkpoint. A tense moment there as it looked like they might that Stingray going out, keeping West Broadway Grillers off of it, but they did not manage to. Not the end of the world. First checkpoint isn't the most difficult to clear.
And with 2 players down for the Grillers, this might be an opportunity for Avalanche to get something going here. But you see Cookie being very harassing. Is
and
able
takes
to get
out the squeezer.
The squeezer does go down in a 2v2 situation here. And Stingray coming out to support Avalanche as they're having difficulty getting past this first checkpoint that the Grillers are defending very well in the first half of this match.
2.5 left, just a little over that, so that is right. We're entering the latter half of the game now, as the West Broadway Grillers looking like they're showing a strong showing so far into forcing a Game 5.
And the 2 players going down for the side of Avalanche, and it looks like the Grillers are going to try to add to their lead here. Oh, but Sam does go down on tower.
Cookie gets 1, and does. Did they get? They got 2 until then they went down. Okay, not bad still.
But a wipe on the Grillers, Griller side as Avalanche is now going to take yet another stab at clearing this first checkpoint. They've been using the Stingray here from Re7 Axe, who's been but
3 down on the side of Avalanche. Sam with that nice snipe, going to go ahead and give the Grillers a chance to get moving as he pops on tower himself, dropping an ink mine and starting to snipe.
But that E-Leader's... Oh, but the E-Leader does go down from the Inkjet there. But the E-Leader, they keep using that E-Leader to try to ride the tower through the trench. And it's very difficult for the E-Leader to do anything down on the slope there when the tower's going through the trench. But it's still... The Grillers aren't too concerned about pushing the tower, having the 2 checkpoint lead that they currently have. As you see Amir, the artist formerly known as Hitzel, making a push... and getting a nice kill there, and keeping the Grillers away from their own roof as Avalanche tries once again to try to get past that first checkpoint. And
nice pick there as they get down to the No, this is the first checkpoint still.
This is the
first checkpoint. Nice pick. He does end up dying there, but that not bad at all, especially considering how I have to. Now they're at the second checkpoint, 53 and counting, and they are going to clear that second checkpoint, moving to lead
down. They might be able to find a way to get lead here, but the tower is currently in. It can
37-6.
It's a huge pick down there. Can he get one more? He doesn't. But now here comes Sam.
35 and holding. Oh my God!
Fight for the tower. It's going to the side of the Grillers.
Oh my Lord! What a stop! Grillers make the stop at
How did they do that?
Absolute last moments.
How did they do that?
And we are going to have a Game 5.
What happened right there? I don't understand. It was an absolute
just a mismatch of
the
tower panic. Everyone with this little tiny square with a pillar in between each other. Everyone has to kill each other, and the Grillers managed to make that key set of kills and advance to force a Game 5, move themselves 1 game closer to winning Low Ink.
That's what it takes to win. Look at these last two games. Are these teams going to have anything left for the end of this set? You gotta be emotionally
I hope they have
drained
plenty
at
of
this
juice
point.
left in the tank. These wins, they fuel you. I hope. I know they fuel you a lot. I hope it's enough, though.
I can't believe the Grillers won that one. I can't believe that.
I am.
How did Avalanche not get the lead right there? That is incredible. So now we're moving to splat zones at Hotel. Avalanche readied up in the first 2 seconds. They're not even changing anything here, and so are the Grillers going up immediately. Well,
Just Cookie deciding their weapon as normal.
The key here is going to be, can the Grillers keep Sam safe and let them use that E-Leader? We saw, the last time we saw this kind of map and mode, we saw the Bunnies use it, I believe, against Avalanche. And Avalanche did a good job of kind of dealing with everybody except for the E-Leader. And that was good enough for them to win. So now they got to face yet another one. Well, actually, no, Sam's kind of backing off. They might switch weapons themselves. So
We got a solid 40
sure
seconds for them to decide. It's not a ton of time, but it's not 10 seconds. So we'll let them make their decisions, and off we go with that started.
So the Grillers staving off what would have been a 0-3 hole in grand finals now makes things a little bit more manageable at 1 and 2 in this best of 7 bracket reset. We do see the E-Leader coming back out, and instead of the C-Jet that we've been seeing so much out of Avalanche recently, they're dropping it in favor of the Forge Pro, but still keeping the Foil Squeezer.
Just gonna go ahead and jump right into this with a key pick from Sam, the E-Leader.
And Cookie on the Kinsa Rapid Blaster push. You see Jim pushing up into the base, but Jim going off by themselves. Cookie teaming up with the CDS, and a lot of picks coming out for Grillers. They're using a lot of momentum here. If you remember on the splat zones at Mako Mart, the Grillers absolutely dominated that game, and it looks like they're doing the same thing right here on this Hotel Splat Zones game. As they've already reached 45 without the zone being touched at all by Avalanche.
There's a bit of paint in the zone, actually. Looks like it. Yep, they're starting to attack with those bubbles. And do they see it from the back? They did not fully see it from the back. Are they going to get this pick? No, they get picked. And 15 seconds, they have multiple men up, and it looks like Grillers are going to force a Game 6 and tie us at 2 with a quick KO on Splat Zones at New Albacore Hotel.
We've played 2 games of Splat Zones in this entire Grand Finals, and the Grillers have won them both probably in a combined total of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Neither one has been close at all. They're just having so many issues getting kills against the Grillers on these Splat Zone games. And yes, momentum shifting back as we're now tied with 2 straight wins for the Grillers as we head into
that Game 7's looking a lot more likely. We got Game 6. We just need to split the next 2 games, and we have the ultimate match.
And if you're the Grillers, or actually if you're Avalanche, you got to be breathing a sigh of relief knowing Splat Zones doesn't show up. You're done. You're done.
Zones is done for today. No more Splat Zones. You gotta do the. I'm pretty sure it's the other 3 modes that are left, starting with Tower Control on Kelp Dome.
Oh my goodness. So this one. The key to this one is getting past that first checkpoint. If you can do that, the tower is going to move away from the enemy spawn, and it's really hard to stop those pushes. So if you can get the first team to get past that first checkpoint and just kind of coast on to that second, is going to be in a good position to win this game. As we do see a bit of hesitation for the first time from Avalanche when it comes to readying up.
Maybe they're rethinking their comp. Hey guys, this isn't working now. What can we do to better handle what the Grillers are throwing at us? Or maybe they just want some time to talk, so they unchecked, so the Grillers can't start the game. Whichever.
But we've always seen Cookie being the last one to ready up.
Looks like it will end up being correct here.
The Grillers have been taking a little bit more time to try to figure out maybe their vocal strategy, much less their comp strategy for these sets. But the winner of this one will be one win away from winning this entire tournament, as we are now in Game 5 of this bracket reset here.
And here we go. Game 5.
Custom coming out with the Nautilus. That's not too funky of a change, considering it's still an inkjet weapon. But we've seen Custom use pretty much T-Tech exclusively up to this point. So let's see how that Nautilus works out for them, as Inzap immediately goes down for the side of Avalanche, and the Grillers get their first push of the game going here.
And off we go here, and Grillers are making a strong push, clearing the first checkpoint as they get ready to go around the back, sending 10 missiles to those that are back there, going right for that Nzap up front and getting picked. It's actually a squeezer, my bad. And they do end up getting 2 of the Grillers, only the Scope and the Nzap up. Still Scope attempting to get some picks, but getting bombed out by the squeezer.
So this all comes down. Actually, if Avalanche can find a way to get past this this checkpoint right here, which it looks like they won't be able to do because they do get wiped. But if both teams clear that first checkpoint, especially in this early part of the stage, this is just going to be a wide open game because there's only one checkpoint left for each team, and that'll be at the end. But the fact that the Grillers have cleared theirs first is going to be a huge advantage for them, especially now as they're starting this push that's going to be, once again, moving away from the enemy spawn. But actually, that doesn't really matter when a Stingray is coming out. It can pretty much clear out that entire area there.
Grillers do manage to get 2 picks there before having to fall back, which definitely evens up the playing field and makes it harder for Avalanche to move in, but they have infiltrated the middle of the map now and are attempting to get back up on tower.
Yes, with about 2 minutes down here, Avalanche trying to stall this push here as Jim is getting absolutely mauled on the tower. Does get a trade with the Nautilus, and with the C-Jet last player alive, and about halfway to a Stingray is trying to go and get the pick with their weapon themselves instead of trying to build up Stingray, knowing it's so far away. Custom getting a nice kill there. However, with the tower moving around that corner, a lot of points going to be soaked up by the Grillers here. With only 2 players left alive for the Grillers, the damage has already been done. And now Avalanche, once again, going to have to wait a little bit before they can get their push going. Well, actually, the push for the Grillers isn't even done yet, because they still got more players left alive.
Absolutely. Looks like Avalanche gets a couple key picks there, but does not get that third one. Gets picked off by Gem around the corner, but he does get killed by... I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Oh, RE7AX. RE7X. Yes, so about 2 minutes left to go here. But Avalanche can't get anything going because as soon as they're in position to start making a push, 1 or 2 players go down, and they just don't have the manpower to get pushes going here, and they're constantly playing defense. As you see, Cookie trying to take on a few players, trying to get a kill or 2.
So it's 1.
Here's dancing along that great pole there long enough to soak up the shots. What a nice play by Cookie there.
As they start to move in from here. And I'm told it's Relax, not Re7X.
Well, there's a 7 there for something, but that checkpoint does get cleared.
And
the players still alive, and the white coming out.
Almost didn't happen, but it does happen. The Grillers are 1 win away from taking Low Ink all the way from the losers bracket.
But you know what? If you are Avalanche, what you need to do right now is just relax.
Exactly.
And try to focus on one game at a time here. But the Grillers...
There's only 2 wins. You only need 2. You don't need 3. You don't need 4. Only 2.
And of course, Game 7, if you look at that, is Skipper Pavilion Clam Blitz. Which you'd love to see if you are Avalanche.
it's probably better to go into Game 7 with a win because you'll have the momentum. So if Avalanche can take this, not only do they not, get eliminated, they go into Game 7 on a mode and map they're good with momentum. That could be game-changing. This game right here could be a major decider for the tournament. So the Avalanche is not out yet. Grillers are going to want to shut this down now.
Yes, as we go to the Mako Mart Rainmaker game. This one's going to be... It's going to be interesting to see if, now that Avalanche is forced into a situation to where if they lose, they're completely out. And they haven't been in this situation the entire tournament. The Grillers have. They've been in this situation at least twice in the losers bracket. So this is the first time we've seen Avalanche under this kind of pressure. But there is still pressure on the Griller side as well. It's not all cookies and juice on the side of the team that's one win away from winning the whole tournament. There's a lot of pressure on them as well to come out and get this win. So we might see some nerves coming out from both teams at this point. And especially since they've been playing for close to 6 hours at this point in the day. We'll see which team has the most left in the tank to get a win here.
Indeed. So off we go with this 6th game match tournament point, not match point, set point, tournament point for West Broadway Grillers as they head right into Rainmaker on the mark.
Big fight breaking out here in mid, but nobody has died for either team yet until Avalanche does get a trade, but 2 players going down for the side of Avalanche as the Grillers trying to push up a little bit. More players going down for each side. It's just players trading left and right here, trying to establish control here. Oh, the CDS almost running into a bomb there, but the Grillers do get the first push going, and it looks like they're going to be going left.
Directly behind Ninja, actually, and that key pick there is going to help them a lot. Oh, on the you couldn't see the Rainmaker, other side of the map.
And a huge lead.
32.
A huge lead to start off, and it's not over yet. Added to it, getting down to 29. One more player slipping by, and I don't know where the T-Tech is for the Grillers, but okay, good. Avalanche does pick it up, so they will be trying to advance it back to mid here, but a huge opening lead for the Grillers, and one that they might just win with on this map. If you're the team that's one set away from winning, that takes a lot of pressure off. Oh, but here comes the counter push with the bubbles and the inkjet coming off from custom, but the Rainmaker's going to have a difficult time. They are going to. Will they get picked off from behind?
They get picked off from the back. Grillers with that excellent stop. That's going to give them a ton of time here and give them a lot more breathing room than what they could have had. Way in the back, though, the Squeezer is back here trying to cause chaos, and they do get picked off finally.
So it looks like the Grillers will put it into this push, and that was a scary situation for the Grillers. I was just going to say, because they got the huge lead early, that can take a lot of pressure off of them, but in a mode like Rainmaker, this could flip back into Avalanche's favor so quickly. All it takes is one wipe here.
Never, ever underestimate a team like that. Especially... there's no way we're just going to underestimate like one team or not.
Here we go. The T-Tech's the last player alive, and they're going the route that's going to get them the most points. Are they going to get lead? No, they lost with just 32. Can Custom keep this one going? I don't think they have enough firepower to overcome the Grillers. They're going to have to get a pick.
Custom's going to have to back off here, or are they?
Oh, they're going to try to.
They're going to go for the sneak. They're going for the sneak.
Oh, the Grillers grabbed it. The Grillers grabbed it just in time. Custom would have gotten lead right there if he had picked it up.
Would have gotten someone's there.
It is the Squeezer that's still alive, and it looks like the Grillers are trying to locate them.
Better touch that Rainmaker and quickly. It's far better to lose it to death than to have it snuck behind you and...
And and here comes the Rainmaker now for the side of Avalanche, and it's being.
And they're going to go around the back. They're going
to find a way. We see Amir with the foil. Can the camera cut back to the actual action? There we go. And the CDS slipping past Amir with the foil squeezer. But you see him off in the distance there, taking on a 2v1. If he can win that, does get a trade. Oh, and
one pick right there. The bubble's still up. bubbles are ending now, and that is going to... Ninja's going to go ahead and jump straight out back to spawn.
And saves the rain. But the Rainmaker looks like it will be resetting unless Avalanche can find a way to sneak in.
Nope.
They have been sharking around near the Rainmaker, but it will reset as the rain does come out. We are about a minute left to go. A minute left until the Grillers can win this thing, or Avalanche can find a way to slip past in what would be an exciting finish if they could find a way to do that.
West Broadway Grillers take one down, and that sniper's getting a lot of pressure on them. Rainmaker in the hands of Avalanche. Custom fights with the Inkjet, gets another pick.
But the Stingray coming out, you saw the charger from Sam jumping out to use the Stingray. It does get the pick.
They're
However,
3 down. West Broadway Grillers are 3 down, and
the charger goes down as well. You see, Relax, 7K
Custom.
Relax up ahead, trying to get create more room for all 4 of these players that are still alive for Avalanche to sneak in and get the lead here.
Avalanche working hard. They do lose the Rainmaker with 20 seconds left in the game. 2 down. Avalanche must make this.
And with
2 players on West Broadway Grillers ready. They are covering that rain everything they can.
Cookie going down with the inzap.
5,
Is Avalanche going to find a way?
They do get the Rainmaker. 3.
3 players going down. The Charger's the last one alive. The Charger just get hit. The inzap is the last player alive. Ed's spawning. They do take it out. Are they going to find a way to get a lead? A splat bomb coming down. They do get the lead.
And we're going to Game 7.
What a set! What a set by
You're
both
kidding
teams.
me. You are kidding me.
No! The Grillers had that one won, and they fall apart in the last second. We are going to a decisive Game 7 in a bracket reset.
Game 7 Grand Finals.
Wow! And what a momentum shift. That is so hard to come back from mentally for the Grillers. And like you said, if you were going to go into a Game 7, you want to go in winning Game 6. I guarantee you the Avalanche BC is going nuts right now. And it's going to have to come down to, can the Grillers relax and recompose themselves? As we now go into a Clam Blitz game, which both these teams have been going absolutely nuts on Clam Blitz in this entire set. Winner take all. Winner take the entire tournament. Wow. Oh, and you still with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just sending a few messages out. I had to quickly send a couple messages out to get ready for the end of the tournament. But this is... Oh my word. I think we're all pumped up. We're ready. One more game. 5 more minutes of action. And then... Who knows? Who's going to win? Are the West Broadway Grillers going to end their losing streak? Multiple months of work are on the line. Or will Avalanche come in and take the prize? Both teams working incredibly hard to get to this point. And it's only one game left to decide it.
And look at this. This is the first time we haven't seen Custom or the Avalanche team ready up as quickly as they had. Everybody wants to take a little bit of time.
They're nervous. They're like, we gotta do this right. 3-3. Bracket reset is in progress. Welcome to Game 7. Clam Blitz on Skipper Pavilion. For the prize.
And,
Of being banned from Low Ink.
are we seeing an anchorless comp coming out? The Grillers with a huge switch up here. Sam is using K-Pro instead of any anchor weapon that they've been using. So they are throwing a little bit of a different wrench here at Avalanche.
I'm not sure if I would have done that. I'm not sure if I would have done that with how well she's been playing that, but that's their call.
2 players going down immediately for the Grillers as you
And
see
they're
Avalanche
going to go straight
going.
into this, and they do get kicked. They do manage to recover, though. And
there is another Power Clam jumping in, but the Power Clam does get in to the side of Avalanche, so a big opening push there.
That is a 40-point opening push by Avalanche, as Avalanche is in the lead this tournament.
a good opening minute so far for Avalanche, as we see the Grillers now getting in position, popping their armor and Booyah Bomb and missiles, along with all of the clams they have. Now they're making their push, and they do get the
Grillers open the scoring, 70,
to get lead.
68, and that is going to be the end of the... Not a bad push.
So we've seen some quick pushes coming out from both teams here in this decisive Game 7. Cookie getting a nice kill there, as the map will stay in control of the Grillers, even though they are currently losing. They do have enough clamp. They do actually have a power clamp. And then Sam, the person dropping Anchor to use K-Pro, does get a nice pick there, is already with 4 KA. So far, it's been working out for Sam. But now that Sam's the last player alive...
And that's going to force that power clam back, but not do much else, it seems, unless they're going to pick up that clam in the back. No. Alright. Bubbles coming in as the Avalanche get ready to move into West Broadway Grillers base.
3 minutes.
That happened with some wasted specials so far. Possibly a little bit antsy here on both sides. Avalanche
definitely nerves going off for both teams at this point, as Avalanche is trying to find a way to get this push going. They do have all the tools they need, and they do get the score, but they don't have any clams to follow it up with, so they might just end up erasing half of their penalty points here and giving the Grillers a mercy clam to work with.
So they do end up erasing their penalty points, meaning their next score will take them to 50, no less.
But for the Grillers, all they need to do is
move back into mid.
Throw in 2 clams to take the lead back. As we see Avalanche here trying to do the same. It's just a battle for mid. And with this map in particular, you got to try your best to hold both the top and the bottom at the same time. Because the top is where all the action is, but the bottom is where all the clams are. And we see all the clams coming in right now.
Grillers in the lead at 32. That happened almost instantly. I didn't even see that coming. I thought they were in a bad position.
Well, that must have come from the bottom of the map there, where we saw all the clams forming in. But yes, a huge lead here late into the game for the Grillers. And now all of a sudden Avalanche is on their heels. But with but they don't have the players alive, but they do have all the clams they would need, and a couple of bubble specials ready to go if they need to use them. Oh, and Relax, finding a way, almost off the map there. If they can get the pick here on this Sam, they do, but doesn't stay alive.
Trade is better than a loss. In the base is Gem, falling back out, not ready to push.
Yeah, the
1
Grillers,
minute, seconds.
Grillers keeping the pressure alive. The Avalanche can't get out of their base and score if they're constantly having to defend. The pressure here from the Grillers is real, but now it seems to have gone away. So now Avalanche is now in position. Well, they're not in position quite yet, but if they can get a pick here with this Inkjet, maybe 2, they might find a way, but the Inkjet does get canceled.
1 minute left. The bubbles are out as they attempt to force their way up here. More bubbles out, in fact. And they do lose that shot. They're going to rush it. They're going to try to rush this.
They are, because they have 2 power clams right there. They threw them up ahead with the intention of somebody just sneaking through those bubbles to pick up. And someone almost did with the Inzap, but they got picked off. So now, I don't know. I don't think Avalanche has a power clam. They need to form one right now.
16 seconds.
They do have a power clam. They do, at the bottom of the map there. And you see the CDS going down, trying to deal with Amir on the foil squeezer. Amir, ever since switching to the foil squeezer, has been so huge. Can they make one more hero play here in overtime and give the tournament to Avalanche?
This is going to be really close. They're getting ready to move in. They are attempting to not have a choice to get 1 pick.
And they need to go right now. They don't have time to wait.
A pick on the power clam. What a booyah bomb! And this is going to be it. West Broadway Grillers about to win, and they do! West Broadway Grillers have just won Low Ink July 2020!
What a set and what a finish. As you see the Grillers finally finally finding a way to win this tournament. They've been the bridesmaid for so long. And look at the KAs. Look at Cookie playing their best game in the Game 7. What a performance by Cookie. What a set by the West Broadway Grillers. And for Avalanche, what a set finals for both teams. But yes, the Grillers finally no longer the bridesmaid. They are finally the bride. They have won Low Ink in July. What a finish.
Oh my goodness, what an insane tournament today. And we are, not more matches, but we do have a few things to say. But before that, congratulations to the West Broadway Grillers on winning this month's Low Ink and achieving the prestigious title of being banned from Low Ink for winning, to be clear. Also, amazing. That was absolutely amazing, Avalanche. You should be proud of your performance today. You played extremely well. Very happy to have had you here. Don't feel too bad about it. That'll happen sometimes. And to Radiance, our third place team in the Alpha bracket, congratulations to you as well. You played very well, and we hope to see you again in the future. Meanwhile, for our Beta and Gamma brackets, a quick update on those. Beta is currently in bracket reset. The two teams playing are Luau and Squid Vibes. Luau has 2 wins, and Squid Vibes has 3. So Squid Vibes is 1 win away from winning Low Ink's Beta bracket. Meanwhile, in the Gamma bracket, looks like Evening Chickens wins 4-1 against Tropics. So congratulations to Evening Chickens on winning our Gamma bracket. Alright. And we do actually have one other thing, if you're ready for us, Inkfair.
I'm getting goosebumps. That was amazing. I'm gonna drag our friend K-Bot in.
Let me make sure he's ready. You do.
Awesome, K-Bot.
Or dragging it.
Hello. That was a fantastic set to watch.
That was things I've watched.
I was only able to tune in there at the very end, but I was able to catch that. I'm glad I was able to. Congratulations to West Broadway Girls, and for that matter, Avalanche for making it that far. Making it to second place or anywhere in the tournament is something that you should be proud of, no matter what team you're on. So well done to everyone that played. Do you just want me to keep going? Because I can keep talking. Like I have done like the whole talking thing before.
Please, we've done enough. We've done enough
talking. Okay, so primary reason why I am here, folks, is because I have been asked to come on in and chill for Inkstorm a little bit. So Inkstorm 8 is taking place this coming weekend. That's August 1st and August 2nd. It's being hosted by Endgame TV, and I am one of the primary tournament organizers for that event. We're offering a group primary first stage into a bracket stage, very similar to how Low Ink is set up at the end of the day. It'll be top 32 that advance to double elimination on day 2, and we will also be featuring some lower brackets for the rest of those teams that don't make it to top 32 to go ahead and make an enter. So we'd love to have you all come out and participate for that event. There are 2 different waves of action that you can sign up for. So one of those waves starts at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. The other one of those waves starts at 2 p.m. Pacific time, and they generally are slated to run for approximately 5 hours on both of those days. So hopefully one of those time slots works for you if you are one of these teams. We would love to have you all participate in the group stage, try to pick up as many wins as you can, and it'll also give you an opportunity to test your skills against some of the community's best teams. So we'd definitely love to have you all come out for that. You can find more information on smash.gg/Inkstorm8. You can also find more information at endgame_TV on Twitter. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. The Discord server is discord.io/Inkstorm. Again, congratulations to the winners today. Fantastic stuff to watch from all of you, and I hope to see many of you next weekend.